everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie, and today we're going to talk about how to choose an all-inclusive resort. I'm a travel agent that loves taking you all over the world. I especially like cruises, all-inclusive resorts, and escorted tours. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, I invite you to subscribe. I'd love to have you along, and definitely comment so I can hear about where you're from and the travels you've taken. When I first start working with clients, I have a set of questions I ask them to help narrow down the thousands of all-inclusive resorts to just a couple that will be right for them. So in this video, I'm going to take you through those questions to help you think through starting to look for your perfect all-inclusive resort vacation. So the first one is, who is traveling? Make sure you have a comprehensive list of everyone who's traveling and what their ages will be at the time of travel. So for instance, right now I'm working with a couple of college kids on their spring breaks, and the list of resorts that allow 18-year-olds to check in is pretty small. So that may limit some of your options. Also, if you're taking toddlers, the list of all-inclusive resorts that have supervised kids programming for kids under the age of 4 is pretty limited. That may limit your options. Knowing how many people you want in each room. Some resorts, it's really hard to find a room for 5. So if you have 5 people traveling together, that may limit your options. So when you start, you just really want to have a good sense of who's going, how old they are, and how many rooms you need. Now that seems like kind of a no-brainer, but as you start to plan and more friends want to come or family wants to come, it's really great just to keep that master list. Number 2, when do you want to go? So as a reminder, for most all-inclusive resorts, June to the end of November is going to be hurricane season. In the Caribbean, the hurricane season really kicks up in August, September, and October, as we saw this year. I mean, there's a tropical storm brewing right now as I'm filming this. In the Pacific, yes, it's still hurricane season in the Pacific, so that tends to be a little bit earlier in the season. So that's something to keep in mind for your dates. A lot of you may be constrained by a school schedule, so keeping that in mind, but knowing how many dates you'd like to go, and then having some sense of how many nights you'd like to be gone. So as a reminder, if you say you want to go somewhere for 4 days, I'm going to interpret that as 3 nights. So you'll get there, you'll have 2 full days at the resort, and then you'll leave on the 4th day. So thinking through how many full days you want to have somewhere will help you decide how many nights you want to be there and what dates may work best for that. Now, when I work with clients, they will say, we can go anytime June 1st to August 10th. And at that point, I can just key in and figure out what dates the flights are going to be cheapest. And we can start to build the vacation from there. So knowing if you're flexible, knowing if you have a strict set of dates that you have to keep in mind. Also thinking about, are you willing to go to a nicer resort for a shorter number of days, or is it more important to you to be gone longer, even if it means choosing a resort with less amenities? Number 3, what's important to you about this vacation? Why are you going? Why are you taking this? Is it important that you want everyone together all the time? That means trying to find a resort that makes it really easy for large groups to have dinner together. Is it that you just want to relax and not have anybody bother you? That means you want to look for resorts with a chill vibe. Is it that you want to have an incredible spa experience? So what is important to you when you think about this vacation? What are you most looking forward to? Are you more beach people or pool people? This is especially true in areas of Mexico, around the Cancun area. So if you're a beach person, you'll want to stay in Costa Mujeres or Playa Mujeres at the beautiful beaches there, or maybe a little further south in the Tulum area. If you're more pool people, this may open up more resorts to you, because a lot of times resorts that don't have the best beaches have the best pools and splash parks and water slides, because they add all of these amenities to draw people to their resort, even though their beach location isn't the best. Do you want to explore outside of the resort? Do you want to take excursions? What type of excursions excite you? If you're really into history, maybe you do want to go to Mexico and explore some of the ruins. Are you really into whales? Maybe you want to go to Cabo San Lucas to watch the whale migration in January, February, and March. Maybe you want to zip line. So if you're thinking about activities you want to do, that can help narrow down the location that's going to be the best fit. How do you want to spend your days? Are you imagining just laying on a beach chair all day? Do you want to make sure that the resort has a lot of activities? Do you see yourself taking long walks on the beach? Do you see yourself swimming laps in a pool? How do you envision how the time is going to go? Is having a supervised kids program really important so that you can drop the kids off for a few hours and enjoy an afternoon by yourself? What is your daily activity going to look like? Or ideally what it look like? Because this will help narrow down the list of resorts that have those activities. So if, is a spa important, as we were talking about before? Do you want to make sure they have paddle boards? Is it really important to be on a stretch of the ocean that's going to be calm enough for you to kayak and paddleboard? So that would eliminate the hotel zone of Cancun, because that area is usually red flagged, so you can't paddleboard or kayak there. So think through kind of your list of ideal activities or your list of ideal ways to spend the day, so that you know what activities you want to check to make sure your resort has or has easy access to. And lastly, are there any special considerations like diet? Do you have any food allergies? Do you have mobility issues? Do we want to make sure that the resort is wheelchair accessible? Do we just want to make sure it's more compact so you don't have to do a ton of walking? Do you want to make sure that it's beachfront so that you can get to the beach in 2 minutes if you have to? What are those considerations? Other more unusual considerations are you scared of monkeys? There's several resorts that have monkeys running around. I do not like wild monkeys at all. Not at all. So those resorts, I generally don't stay at because I don't want to wake up to a monkey on my balcony. We stayed in Iguazu Falls at a resort that was like, make sure your door is locked because the monkeys know how to open doors and they will come in. I was terrified. We barricaded the patio door and I didn't want to go outside because I was scared of the monkeys. So that's a good consideration. Are you scared of monkeys? Let me know. Another consideration is, are you gonna work out? Are you training for a race? Do you need to make sure you have access to long stretches of road or a long stretch of beach or a specially equipped weight room? So just kind of thinking through things you may take for granted, but you wanna make sure that your resort has. So those are the 7 questions I'd like to ask my clients when they're thinking about their all-inclusive resort vacation. What considerations would you add? What things do you wish you had asked about before you got to a resort, or things you want to make sure a resort has in the future? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I invite you to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know where you're from. Tell me more about your travels. And here's some videos that YouTube and I thought you might like.